right on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining me. This is A Radio and the Morning Minute. Today, I want to talk to you about something which is very simple. That is climate change. The Liberal Communists of Canada have been not promoting, but forcing onto Canadians the false data that they preach as gospel. Not only the Liberal Communists, but politicians of all stripes are lying and continue to lie to Canadians about climate change. Look at the facts. First it was called global cooling. That didn't work. So they came up with global warming. That got a bit more traction, but still not enough to control your lives, to take control of your lives. So they went back to the drawing board and came up with, yes, you guessed it, climate change. Yes, that would work, because as we all know, the climate's always changing. But they needed empirical data to back it up. So they had to get scientists. But they got caught, didn't they? Remember the University of East Anglia? Now they've been caught again. But unfortunately for Canada, we have a government who is hell-bent on destroying the country. And even when the truth comes out, as it always does, they will deny it. Listen to this report from Fox News and special report February the 7th, 2017. And you make your mind up while you're still allowed to have an opinion in Canada that doesn't agree with Trudeau. And yes, they are trying to make this against the law, as well as climate change deniers. And if Trudeau has his way, he will make that illegal. And soon you will be prosecuted for saying it's either hot or not too hot or not as cold as last year. How ridiculous. Oh, Canada.
There is an intriguing twist in the climate change controversy this evening. It has to do with data said to be manipulated by scientists. And that data was given to then President Obama and other world leaders at a critical moment. Doug McKelway looks at that tonight.
The accusations are explosive that the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration intentionally manipulated data to hide a 12-year pause in global warming, and that the flawed study was a major influence in the 2015 Paris Climate Summit, where Western nations agreed to spend billions to reduce fossil fuel use. That, according to John Bates, who recently retired as a lead scientist of NOAA's National Climatic Data Center. His claim took center stage at a House hearing today entitled "Making the EPA Great Again."
We have every reason to be skeptical that our scientific community is maintaining its integrity.
In an exclusive interview Sunday with the Daily Mail, NOAA whistleblower Bates said, quote, "They had good data from buoys and they threw it out and corrected it by using the bad data from ships. You never change good data to agree with the bad, but that's what they did, so as to make it look as if the sea was warmer." In a blog post, Bates skewered the study's author, Tom Carl, that he, quote, "constantly had his thumb on the scale in the documentation, scientific choices, and release of data sets, all to discredit the notion of a global warming hiatus." The CEO of the American Association for the Advancement of Science today defended the NOAA study and said that Bates' whistleblowing is overblown.
All he is doing, quote, is calling out a former colleague for not properly following agency standards. This is not the making of a big scandal. This is an internal dispute between two factions within an agency.
In a statement, NOAA said, quote, "It stands behind its world-class scientists, but takes the allegations seriously and, quote, will review the matter appropriately." Critics note climate research today is almost entirely funded by the government.
A number of scientists have come to me telling me that where before a certain time period they were receiving government research contracts, afterwards, after it became clear they didn't agree with the CO2 theory, no more contracts.
In a statement late today to Fox News, Bates said his whistleblowing was not based on any personal feud, but is focused, quote, on concerns he raised and the opportunity they will be addressed. Bill?
Thank you, Doug.
You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com. I'm on Twitter at @ARadioCanada. I'm also on Facebook at @ARadioCanada. I'm now on Gab at @ARadio. You can email me at aradiocanada@gmail.com, and you can also listen to my morning minutes on Spreaker.com under A Radio. That's EHRADIO, A Radio, and please click the like button. And you can also find all my podcasts and morning minutes at aradio.wordpress.com and click on the Morning Minutes tab.